Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of constraint optimization problem. In last lecture we have seen what is separable function, what is separable programming problems and what is separable convex programming problem. In today's lecture we will see what is the function of separable programming. Okay, so suppose you have a function, we have a common variable here in the diagram. Okay, so for this curve you make a linear approximation, like you make a line. This is linear approximation of the curve till here, then another line and like this. Okay, so this is linear approximation of the curve. Okay. Now how many grid points are? So we have 4 grid points. So you will see this is A1, this point is A2, this point is A3 and last point is A4. So basically you are having 4 grid points and this function here is defined as y equals to fx. Okay, basically what we have done, we have given function of one variable y equals to fx and we try to find out linear approximation of this function. So we have splitted this curve into finite number of broken lines, piecewise linear, basically piecewise linear approximation. Okay, this curve is approximated by straight lines and this curve is approximated by this straight line and this curve is approximated by this straight line. So if we increase more number of lines, so complexity to find optimal solution will increase. Okay, here for the simplicity we are just taking 3 linear approximation of this curve and the grid points are A1, A2, A3, A4 are our grid point. Now how to find a linear approximation of this f? So let us see. Now this point is nothing but, if you will see, it is A1 f A1. Okay, this point is A2 f A2, this point is A3 f A3 and this point is A4 f A4. Okay, now if x belongs to, if in this x belongs to A1 or A2, okay, and this is fx. So x belong to this interval A1, A2, then how we can express this line? So how to find y in this interval? Okay, x belong to this interval, how we can find y in this interval? Okay, so we will write a line equation. So fx is equals to fa1 plus fa2 minus fa1 divided by a2 minus a1 into x minus a1. This is x-axis, this is fx-axis. Okay, so this is like a equation of straight line passing through 2 points. So what is the value of function that we will see? Value of the function is fx equals to fa1, this we have written here. That will be the equation of straight line passing through these 2 points, A1 fa1 and A2 fa2. So in this way we can find the value of f at a point in between the line segment. Okay, now this x is in between a1 and a2. This x is in between somewhere a1 and a2. So x is linear convex. If x is basically what it is, it's a convex linear combination of 2 points of a1 and a2. Okay, so I can write x as lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2, and lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is equals to 1, and lambda 1 and lambda 2 are non-negative. Okay, because x is in between a1 and a2. Now what is x minus a1? So x minus a1 is, if you will say lambda 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2 minus a1, take a1 terms together, it will be 1 minus, sorry, lambda 1, it is lambda 1 minus 1 a1 plus lambda 2 a2. Now from this equation, lambda 1 minus 1 is what? Minus lambda 2 a1 from this equation we are plus lambda 2 a2. So this can be written as lambda 2 a2 minus a1. Okay, so now put this x minus a in this equation. So when you put this equation, you will get fx is equals to fa1 plus a2 minus a1 will get cancelled. Okay, so basically when you are putting fa2 minus fa1 by a2 minus a1, in place of that you are putting x minus a lambda 2 a2 minus a1. So this will get cancelled. Okay, now you multiply it and you will get 1 minus lambda 2 fa1 plus lambda 2 fa2. Okay, so this can be written as lambda 1 fa1 plus lambda 2 fa2. Okay, where we know the condition that lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is equals to 1 and lambda 1 lambda 2 are greater than equals to 0. Okay, so simply fx is a convex linear combination of fa1 and fa2. Okay, if we are taking in between a1 and a2. Now similarly we can take x in between a2 and a3. Okay, so this will have fx is equals to lambda 2 fa2 plus lambda 3 fa3, where lambda 2 plus lambda 3 is equals to 1 and lambda 3 is greater than equals to 0. Okay, non-negative. On the same line we can obtain x in between a3 and a4. So correspondingly fx is a straight line, will be a convex linear combination of fa3 and fa4. Okay, now it is same, lambda 3 plus lambda 4 is equals to 1, and lambda 3 and lambda 4 are greater than equals to 0. Okay, now here it is obtained lambda 2, this lambda 2 is same as this lambda 2. Okay, so x is in between a1 a2, you obtain this fx as lambda 1 fa1 plus lambda 2 fa2, where lambda 1 plus lambda 2 is equals to 1, and in lambda 1 lambda 2 are non-negative. So whatever lambda 2 is here, the same lambda 2 is here. This is important condition here. Okay, now similarly, if x is in between a3 and a4, this is our fx. Okay, so lambda 3 is here, is same as this lambda 3. Now if you combine all of these three terms, so the linear combination approximation of f will be lambda 1 fa1 lambda 2 fa2 plus lambda 3 fa3 plus lambda 4 fa4, subjected to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 plus lambda 4 is equals to 1, and all the lambda i's are greater than 0. What will be the x value will be a1 lambda 1 plus a2 lambda 2 plus a3 lambda 3 plus a4 lambda 4. Okay, there is one more important condition, that is at most 2 lambda I should be greater than 0 and they should be adjacent. Why is that? So if you are solving any objective function, it will be a problem of minimization, or we can say maximization. So now for this particular function, it will be, suppose we are taking minimization problem. Okay, so it will attain minimization on one of the line segment, either on this line segment or this line segment. So we approximate this curve of function by a finite number of straight lines, or you can say finite number of piecewise linear function. And if it is minimum problem, so it will attain minimum at one of the linear function. So suppose its minimum is here. Okay, so it will attain minimum over this straight line, will approximate the optimal solution. Okay, not the entire straight lines, only this straight line is important. So which obtain the minimum. Now if this is straight line which is giving an approximate optimal solution for this particular problem, then only lambda 1, lambda 3 and lambda 4, lambda 3 and lambda 4 are important. I mean they should be greater than 0, and those are conjugate, and all other are 0. So that is why at most 2 lambda I must be greater than 0 and they must be adjacent. Okay, they are adjacent. Either you take these two or you take these two. If it's optimal over here, lambda 3 and lambda 4, then they are adjacent and they must be positive, and all other must be 0. Okay, so whenever we have a separable programming problem, we are taking with respect to one variable, we are approximating function by number of piecewise functions. So in that, with respect to that variable, only 2 lambda must be positive and they must be adjacent. Okay, so in this way we can find linear approximation of given function. So all these description are over here. Okay, so the expression giving the piecewise linear approximation of fx, this expression is giving piecewise linear combination in the interval a1 to a4, and here a1, a2, a3, a4 are your grid points. Okay, now suppose this is the function. Now this function is also one variable function. Fx is equals to x1 cube minus 3x1 square plus 4x1 plus 2. subjected to the condition that x1 is in between 0 and 3. Okay, and function is one variable function. So now we have to find out the linear approximation of this function. So how to find? So bound x1 is in between 0 and 3. So it is greater than 0 but less than 3. So let's find out the grid point. Let grid point be a1 equals to 0, a2 equals to 1, a3 equals to 2, or we can just rewrite it like a0, a1, a2. Okay, a0, a1, a2, a3 equals to 3. So these are grid point. We can take grid points half also, 3 by 2 also, but it will make the calculation difficult. Okay, so for convenience we take grid point as 0, 1, 2, 3. x1 is in between 0 and 3. Okay, now problem, this is our problem. Okay, so for convenience we can take only these grid point 1, 2, 3, 4. Now first grid point is a0 equals to 0, a1 equals to 1 is second, a2 equals to 2, a2 equals to 3. So what is f a0? So f a0, when you put 0, 0, 0, so only this term is there, so f a0 is 2. Similarly, what is f a1? So this is 1, this is minus 3 plus 4 plus 2, so this value is 4. For a2 it is 6, and for a3 the value is 40. Okay, so a0 is substituted, a1 is substituted, a2 is substituted, a3 is substituted, and you get all the values of the function. So these are the values you obtained. So what will be the linear combination of fx? Fx is nothing but linear combination of fx will be, let me write down, linear combination of fx is this 2 into lambda 1 plus 4 into lambda 2 plus 6 into lambda 3 plus 14 into lambda 4. Okay, so subjected to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 plus lambda 4 is equals to 1, and all the lambdas greater than equals to 0 for all I. And x is what? What is the value of x? X is a1. a1 is 0 here, 0 into lambda 1, 1 into lambda 2 plus 2 into lambda 3 plus 3 into lambda 4. Okay, which you can write as 1 lambda 2 plus 2 lambda 3 plus 3 lambda 4. Okay, so at x is the optimal solution, and its value is lambda 2 plus 2 lambda 3 plus 3 lambda 4. So it is optimal solution. So this is how we find out the approximate linear approximation of given function. Okay, and additional is with at most lambda I is greater 2 lambda I greater than 0, and they must be adjacent. Okay, so this is how you can linear approximate a given function. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. In next lecture we will see how we can solve any separable programming problem with the help of example.